So hello and welcome back to the upgrade to Exiles Reach that almost wasn't, because boy did I go through heck and back just to get to this.
It was a struggle.
It was a struggle. I was on a struggle bus. By the way, the voices you hear in the background are the new...
in your head.
They might be in your head. Or they might be the new peanut gallery that you will probably hear in lots and lots of videos.
If you don't want to hear us, get in the comments, but also we won't go anywhere.
This was the upgrade that almost didn't happen because The Sims is a perfect game without any bugs or issues.
No glitches at all.
Except in this case, it truly might not have been bugs or issues dealing with The Sims. It might have just been a me issue. But I somehow managed to not be able to do this upgrade without moving everyone out of Exiles Reach, then going back in, turning it into a residential place instead of a rec center anymore, because I did some weird cheat to try and get them to all live in a rec center. In retrospect, that might have been a mistake. Could have been a mistake.
I really like this couch, though.
Yeah, the couch, if you're seeing it on the screen, is quite nice. I do envy, in The Sims, the ability to just rearrange your furniture with such ease.
Labor involved.
I love being
Just
able to dissolve my couch.
magic,
into its
you know? I mean, I would like to live in The Sims world at times, just to have the ease of making money and the ease of rearranging your house. Like, do you want to put your bathroom in the middle of your house in what was previously your living room? You can totally do it.
Who cares about
Who needs to plumb? In fact, we don't even need to have a house to have a bathroom. You can build a bathroom in the middle of a field. I know, I've done it.
And it's not just a pea bush.
And, you know, so shout out to The Sims. It needs to become reality.
Please.
So, in this build, I really wanted it to reflect the fact that Celine was the one funding it. So a lot of it ended up being, I think it has quite the Celine feel to it.
Yeah.
I used a lot of her reds, and I didn't do much with the outside because Diedrich's money funded, honestly, every time I go into World of Warcraft and run around at Lion's Rest, I'm again pretty darn pleased with how this turned out in comparison.
You got the pig.
It's so good.
And the inside, well, since the inside of those buildings aren't ever visible, I could do whatever I wanted, and darn it, I did.
It looks like this in World of Warcraft.
Yeah, it totally looks like this in World of Warcraft.
Anybody who says differently, fight me in the comments.
Get in the comments.
Get in the comments. Leave a comment saying I'm wrong.
I mean, I could just say you're wrong. Now, the big room downstairs, I have a plan for it. I didn't have a plan for it initially, because I was just going to put the beds there once I got rid of all the tents that were back there. But then I decided we needed a gallery that's going to have stuff from all of our tiny towners as they become successful. So I'm going to have to go in and have Dee donate a couple of bottles of his finest wine and put them on his spot. Of course, Celine will be writing us a book. I guess Donna, since she's going to be into baking, is just going to have to leave. Oh, that might not work.
We'll just leave bread here forever.
We'll just leave bread here forever, but that might rot.
It's really nice bread, though.
It probably will be really nice bread.
Don't eat it. It's definitely poison at this point. It's been there for a while.
But we'll figure out something for Donna. I mean, with every tiny towner, just something that reflects them and their personality, almost like a little museum gallery. So then I had to figure out, since I got rid of all of the tents, exactly how I was going to have the remaining tiny towners sleep. And then I remembered we had an upstairs. So I made a cute little bathroom up here, and then I put everybody in their own little bedrooms. Again, thanks to Celine's money.
Thanks, Celine's money.
Thanks, Celine's money. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with all of the rest of the Tiny Towners, because I'm getting to the point where I'm feeling pretty darn happy with this. They might not have to contribute quite as much money as our first two did, but we shall see. If you haven't already, run away and left from being told to fight people in the comments, leave me a comment about what other things you would like to see here. I'm thinking that maybe the other upstairs room could be some sort of a hobbies room, skill building room, something along those lines.
Like a hobbies room.
A hobbies room would be really nice. But, yeah, I would definitely appreciate your input on this. Because after a while, I get decision fatigue and I just start not knowing what I'm doing anymore. Which is ironic because I love building, and I think that I do a much better job of decorating in The Sims than I ever have in real life.
Well, it's a lot easier when you have infinite money.
Yeah, infinite money does help.
And also, you don't have to move it all by yourself, and you don't have to paint it all by yourself.
Oh my gosh, that is a good point.
That's very true. You can just turn any of these things into a color you like.
So, how is the rest of the world out here doing? Because, let me tell you, I think the other reason I was on the struggle bus with this build so badly is winter has decided to fight back here where I live again, and I woke up this morning to 3 inches of snow on my deck.
It's very cold, but very pretty.
It's not pretty when you've seen it all winter. These two have been living much further south of me, and
We get
so
twice.
maybe snow is still pretty to them, but by March, I'm done with snow.
That's valid.
And looking out the window several times today and not being able to see the house that's like 500 feet away,
It was a bit of a squall.
that was... I'm not saying that we had a blizzard today, but we definitely had whiteout at several occasions, and I've only been outside of my house twice today.
For geese reasons.
And
For swans reasons.
that was for swan reasons and feeding my animal reasons. Other than that, I think I was going to just hibernate. And I think we did a fairly valid thing. Alright, now we should be moving on towards the bedroom setup, and it took me a little while again to figure out exactly how I wanted to do it. I did want to have a big common area. You know, you need a nice common area outside of your bedrooms when you're living communally. I thought about giving everyone their own room, but in the end, Hyperion was the only one that gets his own room. I don't know what that says about me, but I just couldn't see him rooming with the girls, you know?
Fair.
He gets his own room, and I guess that's as fair as it's gonna be. I also didn't give Donna a room since she's going to be moving out on this Saturday's episode, so she's going to be moving out and starting her own special little life.
Starting her own pea bush.
Yeah, she's gonna be moving into her tent with her pea bush. I think I gave her a barbecue grill.
Oh.
Every tiny towner starts with something that will help with their skill building. So Hyperion has a crystal charging pad. I think Rowan has a camera. I'm pretty sure that Aerie has some seed packets and a flower arranging table. And I don't remember what I gave Beryl. I think Onyx has a paint easel. But I don't remember what everybody has. You know what? I set up this challenge about 2 or 3 months ago, and I'm already forgetting things because the joke about orange cats only having one brain cell is true, but what is also true is collectively in this house, between the 4 people that live here, I think we all share one brain cell as well.
Including
With
the cats.
With the cats.
So really, it's kind of just waiting your turn in the lineup.
We just sit, we wait our turn, hope that the brain cell won't be tired when it gets to us.
I really just hope the brain cell doesn't tell me to fall down the basement stairs.
Oh, that would be a bad idea. I did, in the shared rooms, try to make each half of the room reflect the person who is sleeping in it. So, yes, Rowan's half of the room is very pink and sparkly, and Aerie, my druid, well, she just gets trees.
We love trees.
We do
I
love
both
trees.
Pink and sparkly and trees.
Get me a
Pink sparkly tree.
trees. Yeah.
Well, you know, Hyperion will be able to have a sparkly tree because he will be growing his own crystal tree.
Oh.
I love that it's like, some of us like to cook, some of us like to paint. You grow crystal trees.
You grow crystal trees and make jewelry. Rowan, reflecting her personality, is getting the most sparkly, wonderful half of her bedroom filled with clothes. I'm actually looking forward to Rowan's turn because she's going to be giving makeovers to all the tiny towners.
Well, clearly you have to do
That's
Rowan
cute.
last, then.
Well, I mean, but it all depends on the wheel.
That's true.
Everything depends upon the wheel. I'm not sure
Wheel of Fate.
how much Onyx and Beryl are going to enjoy spending all of this time together. They're sisters, but they haven't spent a lot of time together, considering one is Horde and one is Alliance.
That does make it complicated.
It does make it a little
And one's
complicated.
Alliance. And now they're roommates? Whoa, whoa, whoa!
That should be what the thumbnail says.
It should be, but that would imply that the entire video is about that, and I think that would be clickbait.
Please click me.
Please
So,
click me.
the other thing that Celine decided that everybody needed was she actually contributed 2 desktop computers to her good friends. After all, her magic made them all her besties, so she might as well give them some nice furniture.
First,
and...
I'll brainwash you. Then, I'm gonna get you on Twitter.
Oh, wow. Wait, that's a bad
Nefarious,
idea.
I think.
You know,
This is voter manipulation.
I think maybe... Yeah,
Celine
maybe she
villain
would be... I mean, Diedrich already had a villain arc, so...
Well,
Celine's more a shadow puppeteer.
yeah.
You know, she's just magically manipulating things from the background. She gave everyone really nice furniture because she wants them all to stay her besties.
You know, that's fair. If I had a lot of money, I would buy my friends things so they wouldn't leave me.
Oh, I really thought you were going to say I would buy my friends. And I'm like, can you buy people?
Oh, absolutely.
Is that ethical?
No.
I don't think it's ethical,
I
but
don't think
neither
it's
is
ethical.
using a potion to brainwash them.
I cast a magic spell on you to make you like me. Woo!
Anyway, we are very close to the end of this build. There's just a few little things. I'm going to just toss up a few little decorations, and that's going to be it. I figured you might like to see the upgrade of Exiles Reach, just so that you know what is going on when we walk into a brand new space. The other thing that Celine did was she did go through and upgrade all of the appliances in the kitchen and downstairs bathroom.
You cannot imagine how badly I want someone to upgrade all my appliances.
I feel like you're trying to make that sound dirty, but in reality, I would love to have all sorts of upgraded
Hey,
appliances.
baby, you want me to upgrade your appliances? Ew, you pervert! Yes!
And then, of course, I even let her do a little bit of fun, you know, we have the exercise equipment, but does it really need to be in the middle of the living room, totally in the open? Probably not. So I had Celine's money used to partition that area off.
So now you have a workout.
Now we
tube.
have a workout area.
Welcome to the workout tube.
I think now most of the tiny towners are not going to be complaining nearly as much that they hate the decorating inside.
I certainly hope not. They might be ingrates.
It was structurally ready, but it just lacked a little bit of oomph.
A little homey touch.
Diedrich gave us the foundation. Celine has given us a little bit of class.
Celine has given life to this shell of a place.
With
Anyway,
the dark magics.
I've pretty much run out of things to say, so I think we're just going to enjoy some music and watch the rest of this build as the kitchen upgrades. So we'll rejoin you nearer to the end.
Au revoir.
So, just about at the end here, just doing those final few touches, I was running around in World of Warcraft and realized that there were bushes behind the rock wall, so those had to be added in. Also, it's really sad that the minute I turn off the recording, silly things happen, like people start singing, jokes happen. I really feel like we just need the Big Brother secret cameras following us around all the time.
I mean, you leave the microphone plugged in all the time. You can just leave it recording.
Just leave it recording 24/7, all the time.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone would want to watch that,
There
though.
would be a lot of, like, grunting and silence as we're, like...
A lot of grunting and snoring.
So, the area that we're working on right now as we near the end is going to be the gallery, not the pit. We aren't putting a fighting pit.
A fighting pit.
A fighting pit.
Diedrich will not survive.
Why would Diedrich not survive?
I don't
He's
know,
a
he
werewolf.
Well, that's true, he's a werewolf. I was going to say he seems like a bit of a nerd.
No, he's a werewolf.
Nerds can be werewolves.
I mean, nerds can be
Can you imagine
werewolves.
if a big dog came out of the woods and did math at you? I'd die. It'd be over.
That would be terrifying.
When we said trigonometry, I'm done.
I did end up changing the wallpaper in here because I feel like with portraits and art, the wallpaper was a bit busy for sort of a gallery type build. I don't know why I had so much trouble changing it from the pink color that it wanted to be to the brown that I wanted it to be. But
The Sims is a perfect game.
oh, that's right. The Sims is a perfect game with no bugs or glitches or anything ever wrong.
It's a perfect game with no bugs or glitches and nothing ever wrong.
Perfect.
No
we
bugs
have all,
or glitches.
We have all agreed.
No, none of those.
And nothing's ever wrong.
But anyway, thank you as always for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please do leave us a thumbs up. It does probably make all of us smile. Let me know what you think of this build. Again, the inside is not very World of Warcraft, but I think the outside is, and that's what counts.
Let us know if you want a fighting pit.
I
Or
don't think
more
there's
pea
room
bushes.
for a fighting pit, or more pea
Or more
bushes.
pea bushes.
We do have to figure out what everyone else is going to contribute. So if you have ideas for other rooms that we could work on, drop those in the comments as well.
We look at all of them.
We do look at all of them, and yeah, like I said before, thank you so much. Please do hit the thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you haven't already, because things can only get more fun from here.
Hit the notification icon!
What Mickey Mouse over there just said.
You can't say that. Look at DMCA.
I'm gonna sue you!
I don't think that's how it works.
Hand over your wallet!
Although I'm not sure. Anyway, enjoy the rest of the build, and we will be rejoining the Tiny Town Adventures. I almost said Tiny Toon Adventures. The Tiny Town Adventures
For Donna.
on Saturday for Donna's Adventures in Baking. So, thank you, and we will talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.